Hello and welcome to Why You're Wrong, a new show where I look at some of football's biggest narratives to separate fact from fiction and let you know what you might be missing, as well as pointing out some mistakes of my own. And on today's episode, we're taking a trip to Anfield to rake over the Merseyside mess and its most mocked participant, Darwin Nunez. From the moment Liverpool announced the signing of Benfica's Darwin Nunez in June 2022, the knives were out for the striker. He was coming in to replace one of Anfield's most popular stars, Sadio Mane, and it was a huge fee for a relative unknown, while most spectators, including me, expected the Reds to rival Manchester City for the title once again, positioning the 23-year-old head-to-head with the formidable Erling Braut Haaland. Annoyingly for Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool faithful, after half a season, the doubters are already claiming victory, with the club not only out of title contention, but barely in sight of the top four, and Darwin himself has been underperforming, playing just 55% of available minutes, the club so desperate to change their fortunes that they took another big swing in January on Cody Gakpo. Now, the main thing to take from all this is that it's very, very funny. Liverpool basically hit every transfer out of the park for 5 years. They won the league and the Champions League on the way, they played the best football in the world, they saw their star player break the Premier League goals record, and their star defender heralded as maybe the best centre-back ever to play in English football. So obviously, it's fun to watch them implode and lose hilarious matches against Wolves and Brighton, and to call their club record signing a donkey, and to see Klopp turn into the gritted teeth emoji every week. And I love doing this too because I'm a football fan, and that means I enjoy seeing other fans miserable. But if we're totally honest, Nunez deserves a little better than most of the squad. You may not have checked recently, but the goal numbers are actually completely fine. At the time of writing, Nunez has 989 PL minutes and 7 goal involvements, shaking out to 1 every 141 minutes, not far off Marcus Rashford's 131 minutes. Add in the Champions League, and the Uruguayan has 11 in 1269 minutes, or about 14 full 90s. That's not only not bad, it's actually very good, and it's his first year. We're not going to pretend he's finishing well though. By XG, Nunez would be expected to have 15 goal involvements, and he leads the Prem in big chances missed with 16, though Erling Haaland is second with 14, and Harry Kane has let 8 go begging. Good strikers just get and miss lots of chances. But yes, right now Nunez is doing a worse job of putting the ball in the net than his rivals. But let's take a look at those underlying numbers again. Nunez is running at 1.05 expected goals and assists per 90, by far the best in the Prem, well ahead of Haaland's 0.92. And of course, while those chances count for nothing if you don't finish them, getting them in the first place is a valuable skill. Nunez's pace and movement clearly present him with plenty of goal-scoring opportunities, and if he can keep getting those, he will start scoring more regularly. This is the key point we make when we use stats, and it's worth addressing some of the commenters on last week's West Ham video who said things like points aren't given out for XG or football isn't played on spreadsheets, as if we used a spreadsheet here. Believe it or not, people who look at the stats actually do know that, and we're not saying that at the end of the season we should check the XG and award the title to the side with the best stats and relegate based on shots on target against or something. Instead, what we mean when we say an underperforming team or player has good stats is that there's good reason to think they will start playing better. Everyone likes to pretend some players are good finishers and some are bad, but across long periods, the majority of footballers finish at about the level XG predicts. Harry Kane, for example, has 92 goals over the last 4.5 seasons and 87 XG. A guy everyone says is a great finisher adds about a goal a season over expectation. Raheem Sterling, famously a poor finisher, has 64 goals from 68 XG in that time. So it's not that big a difference really, is it? So we're not saying Nunez has been great or that he deserves more goals. We're simply saying that stats predict he'll get better. And like it or not, they do a better job of seeing into the future than the eye test, which is why betting companies use them and manage to make money. But why is Nunez so easy to dismiss? Well, part of it is that he's just extremely awkward and clumsy on the field. The guy attempts just 19 passes a game and still only completes 64% of them, meaning that he's played 135 successful passes this season while taking 61 shots. That's bananas. If you're the opposition goalkeeper, Nunez is going to pass to you more often than one of his teammates, basically. And coupled with the arrival of Cody Gakpo, who also is managing under 10 passes a match, it feels like a Liverpool team which previously cut through sides like a scalpel is now blundering and disjointed, incapable of the neat, precise football played by City, or Arsenal, or even Brighton. Currently, if you're in the Northwest and you want to see good football, you're better off going to Burnley than Liverpool. Those big chances stand out in the memory too, though he isn't as wasteful as you might think. Nunez puts 41% of his shots on target, which may not sound that much, but Kane is at 44%, Rashford at 45%, and Ivan Toney as low as 35%. When the narrative is that a player can't hit a barn door, we take special notice when he shanks one. Part of Nunez's problem is that we're all waiting for him to do something embarrassing, and if I'm totally honest, I do expect he'll always be held back by some of his technical issues and decision making. At times it feels like he doesn't know where X or square are and just uses circle all the time. Ironically, for a guy called Darwin, it's unclear how much he can evolve. But, in total, while this is a tough first season for the youngster, there's still plenty to like. And he's not the reason Liverpool are bad, it's the defence which has fallen apart. They've gone from the 3rd best in the league last year to 12th this year. And given that he's getting these chances in a team which seems to be unravelling, where Salah is playing badly, Elliott hasn't really landed, Hakpo is new, Jota barely plays because he's injured all the time, it's easy to see a world in which the attack comes together and Nunez becomes one of the division's best forwards, even if currently he's one of its best jokes. So that's why you're wrong for this week. Sorry we didn't have time for why I'm wrong. I guess I just got everything right. Thanks for watching, and remember to comment with other suggestions for things I did get wrong, as well as your most treasured football opinions, and you could be featured on next week's show. Get your entries in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for your kind comments on our pilot episode, and we'll see you next time.